Hello everyone. So today I will try to solve an exercise that was posted by one of the group members in Developers Hash. So his question was that, hi all, how to add values of similar keys in array of array elements. Okay, and he said that okay, I have an array whose value is again nested arrays. Okay, so its value is like array of arrays. Now what he wants output of a single array whose values will have the addition of all the similar keys, like xyz has 2 here and then xyz has 2 here. So in total xyz has 4 and abc has 5, right? So he wants the output like, so we'll try to solve this using javascript. And okay, let's see guys. So I'm gonna scroll down. So first of all, let's create this array here. All right, so this is our source array. So this is my source array. Okay, and the target array that I want is something like this. Okay, so which means that I have to loop inside of it. Since it's an array, I have to loop inside of it, get each of these arrays, and then uh, get all the unique keys that are there, right? So I will treat them as keys because that's what it's mentioned here. So I'll treat them as keys. It can be any unique value, you can say, right? Let's say it's a name of some person and it's the amount it has. Okay, so I'll just treat them as keys. So I'll loop inside of it. I'm gonna say array dot for each. What I'll get is again an array, right? So I'll just call them inside array. All right, I mean, it's not a very good naming, but hey, it works. So what we got is this guy now. This guy is this guy now. Now what I want to, I know that in the zeroth index we have the key and in the first index we have the value. Okay, so I'll extract all the keys first. Hmm. Okay, so since we are dealing with keys and values here, so I'll just create an object outside which will keep track of all these keys and it will store all the values. It will make things easy for me because object has unique keys. Object always stores unique keys. You cannot have same key multiple times in object. So what I'll do is, okay, first of all, what I'll do is inside of an object I'll set this key. Okay, so object will set them to 0, initial value 0, because I want to add them, right? I want to add this guy and that guy. So I want to always keep a number. If I keep nan or something undefined, then addition will give me issue. So I'll set, so here what I'm doing is in this object I am making an making a key of this guy and I'm setting the value to 0. Now this won't work again because see, for the first time it will set it to 0, but for the second time again it will set this to 0, right? So we only want to set it to 0 if it is not present. So I'll have an if condition then. If object of inside array of 0, which means if the key is not present, right? If the key is not present, then I'm gonna set it to 0. And if it is present, I'm going to add it. So if it is present, I'm going to add this with the first index because first index has my number, correct? All right, so let me explain what I did. So if the key is not present, then I'm setting this key and I'm putting the value to 0. And if the key is present, which is this case, in this case, like when my for each loop will go to this case, at this point that xyz is already present inside of obj, right? So I want to add it. So here I don't want to set it to 0 because I want to set it to this guy. first index, right? So because if I set it to 0, then I'll be missing this value. So okay, now let's see what my obj has. I'm gonna console log obj. I'll run it. Node x. Alright, so my obj has xyz of 4 and abc of 5, which I expected, right? It has added this to values, correct? Okay. Now I want the final value to be an array, which will have again an array of this keys, the values, final values, right? So let's say let final array. This is where we'll push the final things, and here we need to loop this guy because I want to access those keys, all these keys, right? So I'm gonna say uh, object dot keys obj dot for each. So I got each key. Now what I want to do is I want to push it into final array. So final array dot push, not pop. I want to push it as an array because I want arrays of it, right? And the first value should be the key, and the next value, I mean the key, first value should be the key, the next value should be the value. So value is obj of key. All right, so that should do the trick. So now I'm looping the object, and for each key I am pushing an array, and where the first value or the 0th index of the array has the key and the first index has the value of that key. Let's check if we are done with this exercise. I'm going to print the final array. What I expect to see is this. Perfect. This is what we needed. All right. So that's for the exercise, how to uh, form this in JavaScript. All right, guys. There may be multiple ways to do it. This is how I did. I'm sure you might have think of some other way to do it. So let me know how you would perform this.